Welcome back everyone to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about my 10 non-negotiables. Now some of those I don't do every single day. You have to keep it doable and you have to keep it possible for yourself. So number one, I try to make sure that I eat at least 2 pieces of fruit every single day. So whether it be an apple or a pear or 2 mangoes in the morning or whatever it is, I always make sure that I eat at least 2 pieces of fruit. When I grew up with my parents, my mother always made sure we had a piece of fruit every single day. It was out of the question. When we came home from school, yes, we were allowed to eat a little cookie, but before we absolutely always had to eat a little piece of fruit first. So this habit that my mother built into us when we were a child is still in me today, and I feel absolutely strange when I don't have my piece of fruit for that day. My second non-negotiable that I really pay attention to is I make sure that we eat a lot of home-cooked meals at home. So my partner and I, we almost never go out to eat. Of course, sometimes it's fun to go, but we don't really go often at all. We always cook homemade meals. We both love to cook and it just tastes delicious. It's very nourishing. Also, you know exactly what's in the foods. When you go to a restaurant, you don't know exactly how they cook or which ingredients they make or whether they use a lot of oil that's maybe not of the best quality. But when you're cooking at home, you know exactly the ingredients that you're using and you know exactly how nourishing or how healthy your meal is. The third non-negotiable that I would like to talk about that's very important to me is keeping my living space and my home nice and clean. Now, I'm not saying that I am this perfect princess and that everything is always perfectly organized. That's not the case, but I like to keep things somewhat organized, and especially clean is important for me. Like, let's say, for example, the kitchen. I always want the kitchen to be clean. If it's not clean, for example, if I wake up in the morning and there's still dishes everywhere, it's not a good start to my day. I don't feel as good, I don't feel as productive, and also I can't get to work, to what I really want to do that day before everything is cleaned up. I find a clean space that you're living in absolutely very important. Maybe that's not the case for everyone, but for me, I really feel like my mind is at ease when my space is clean and I can think properly, I can do what I want to do, I feel more positive, I feel more clear-headed. So the fourth non-negotiable I would like to talk about is actually one that I recently added to my routines, and that is drinking celery juice in the morning. So I was reading in a book called Medical Medium that I recently found out about, and this book is incredible, by the way. I definitely recommend that you read this book. But the person in the book was talking a lot about celery juicing and how good it is for your body and how ideal it is to clean your body of all pathogens and heavy metals and waste that builds up in the body. So I started doing this, and it's actually been going incredibly well. It gives me so much more energy, I sleep better, I feel better, but I will get into the celery juicing more in another video. Soon I will be making another video about my experience with celery juicing. So if you're curious about my experience, definitely watch out for that next YouTube video. But yes, I added this to my daily habits and it really has made quite a difference. So I think we are at number 5, I hope. So my fifth non-negotiable is writing in my gratitude and manifestation journal. So lately I started using the 5-minute journal. You may have heard of this journal before. It has become very famous all over social media. So I decided to give it a try for myself, and I actually really love it. There is just something really special about starting your day, writing down in a little book all things that you're grateful for, things that can make your day great, and a daily affirmation. It just really starts your day on a positive note, and it brings you in a state of gratitude, which really increases the feeling of positivity and good energy and good flow throughout your day. And this is something I have noticed that has become very crucial in my daily life. So I always pay attention to being grateful, to feeling positive, to attracting positive energy into my life and positive things into my life. And then at the end of the day, I write down what were the best moments or the best things that happened that day. And it's really a wonderful way to finish the end of the day, to finish your day and go to bed feeling good about positive or joyous things that happened that day. So then we get to non-negotiable number 6. And this non-negotiable is my yoga practice. So I have been practicing yoga for a few years now, on and off. I've had periods where I stopped doing yoga a little bit and then periods where I got back into it. So it's a little on and off, but I really try to do it as frequently as possible. So yoga is definitely an important part of feeling good for me. Not only does it increase my energy, it creates a wonderful feeling of movement and flow in my body. It makes my energy flow. I can really feel it. It's also very good for my spine because I have scoliosis. Every time I finish a yoga session, whether it's just 10 minutes or a full hour, I feel very good. I feel energized, but not exhausted like you might feel sometimes when you go to a gym and you do a hard workout. I feel energized, but I also feel very calm and my mind feels incredibly clear. And this is something that I really love to feel that way. Just makes me feel great. It starts off my day right. Now, I'm not saying I do yoga every single day. Sometimes I don't do my yoga. Sometimes I literally don't find the time in the day. It's not always perfect, but I really try to always get back into it because I love how it makes me feel. So my 7th non-negotiable is actually being outside in nature. Yes, nature is absolutely very healing, and I've definitely noticed this in the last few years. So what I mean by going outside in nature, it can be anything like going outside for a walk. It can be just sitting outside as well. It can be going for a swim. Why I love being in nature so much is because it makes me feel like I can really breathe. Like I can breathe freely, like there is space and I can take up as much space as I want. I love feeling the fresh air over my face, the wind going through my hair. Something I also really love doing is not just being outside in nature, but really putting my bare feet on the ground. I think it's also called earthing. This is something I really love doing now. Before, I never did this, like ever. I never did this until my partner actually told me how important it is and how good it can make you feel. Because, you know, we are humans, we are beings of nature, and we really need to be connected to nature. So I love to put my bare feet on the ground and do this earthing. The reason why I started doing it more and more, and the reason why I understood the importance of it more and more is because of the way we live today. The way we live today is we are constantly surrounded by 4G, by internet, Wi-Fi, by electromagnetic fields. And those electromagnetic fields, they have an influence on your body. So what happens when you put your feet on the ground, your body literally decharges. So I'll give you a little example why I realized how important this is. And this is actually something that's quite funny. But when I haven't put my feet on the ground for a longer amount of time, my partner can actually tell. When we go to sleep, he can't sleep because of me, because I have this like electric energy almost, and he tells me, he's like, my love, you feel like you are electric, like you have this nervous electricity like energy. So that's kind of strange. And as soon as I put my feet on the ground, it goes away and it stops, and I also feel much better, I sleep better, and I don't have this nervous like energy, you know. Non-negotiable number 8 for me is self-care. Now I know self-care is a very broad term and it can mean many different things to many different people. But I like to think of self-care as anything that goes from let's say taking a nice bath and relaxing, to being at a wellness center for the whole day, to getting your hair cut, to putting a nice cream on your face because your face feels dry, to taking time to read, or whatever you like to do that makes you feel like you're really taking care of yourself. So this is very important, because when you take care of yourself, you feel good, you radiate this positive energy. You make other people around you also feel good because you're feeling that way. Like when you take care of yourself, you really become a light that's also shining for other people and shining for yourself. So then we have non-negotiable number 9, and this one is very important for everyone, not just for me. And this is quality time with family and with your partner, if you have a partner. Because, you know, we are all human beings, and all human beings need connection. We need to feel nurtured, we need to feel taken care of, we need to feel understood. We need to know that we have someone that we can lean on, that we can talk to, that we can bare our souls to. You know, even physical intimacy like a hug, this is something all of us really need. Whether you are someone that is more introverted or not, everybody needs to feel connected to other people. Talking to someone that really makes you feel like you're being understood, or being that for somebody else. This is something that really makes us humans human. You know, the connection that we have with each other. All of these things really bring joy to our heart and to our soul, and they are very important for us. So then we get to non-negotiable number 10, and my number 10 is getting enough sleep. Yes, getting enough sleep is very essential for me. If I don't sleep enough, I can definitely feel it. I don't feel as good, I don't have energy, I feel like I can't focus on properly on things I have to do, or I just, you know, don't feel motivated to have a good day. I don't feel as motivated to eat healthy. I don't feel as motivated to move my body. I don't have as much energy that I can pour into myself and into others as well that I care about. I always try to make sure that I sleep between 8 or 9, like around 8 or 9 hours, because that's when I feel the best. I also don't sleep too much. Like, you know, if I sleep like 10 plus hours, I feel kind of lazy the whole day. I feel like I never really wake up, but 8 to 9 hours is absolutely ideal. Sleep is very important because sleep is how your body regenerates. I actually recently learned this in a video that I saw, where a doctor explained that to get through the day and to be able to still do everything we need to do, we rely on our adrenals. So when you don't sleep enough, and it happens again and again and again very regularly, you put a lot of stress on your adrenals, which can cause a lot of problems long term. I had this before in my life, where I put so much stress on myself for such a long amount of time that my adrenals were just completely shot, and I didn't have any energy left. I couldn't do anything anymore. So it's definitely important to make sure that you sleep enough. So these are all the habits that I built up over the years. Doing one thing every day that's good for yourself. It may look very insignificant in the beginning, but once you look back over all of the years, it really adds up and it becomes a lot bigger, and it's really what creates your vitality and what, you know, maintains your vitality. For me, it took me several years to get my vitality back, but I did it. In just tiny little steps, I did it. So if I did it, you can do it too. So I hope all of you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can always check out more videos if you want. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!